So how can we apply the good citizenship values in our daily lives? For pagkamakadiyos, the good citizenship value of faith in Almighty. Integrate the value of faith in God in their family life through the arrangement of stronger faith practices in home. Example is praying before meals, praying of the rosary, encouraging the children to develop a habit of prayer and reflection, especially when faced with moral discernment, and in their daily lives by always attributing one's effort to God and making Him a part of the choices and decisions that one makes. The good citizenship value of respect for life. Integrate the value of respect for life in the family life through a personal reflection and consciousness of practices in the home. Example is instilling of discipline, recognition of the uniqueness and worth of each member, role modeling of parents so that their children may grow with dignity and right values, and in stressing the importance of health and personal development and in their daily lives and communities by always recognizing the dignity of others and appreciating the value of life of every person. The good citizenship value of order. For the teachers, encourage your students to pass quality work on time. Prepare lesson plans and syllabi religiously and earnestly. Teach your students the value of cleanliness and the habit of relying on the time and resources management, budgeting, organization, as well as the values that promote the value of order in the conduct of their daily lives or routines. And for the students, develop a good set of study habits and zealously follow through every day. Develop your organization skills and train yourselves to always practice good grooming and gentlemanly and ladylike conduct. Learn to manage your resources, studies, and extracurricular activities as well. Learn to identify your priorities and remember that your main priority as a student is to study well and work towards developing and perfecting your talents and gifts. The good citizenship value of work. Go into a period of personal reflection as to how to value work each day. Begin to make sincere personal commitment to strive to work hard and have the right values and attitudes towards work and dealings. Opt to evaluate the actual work attitudes, motivations, and priorities. This will allow to direct themselves towards performing the work with a sounder disposition, clearer understanding of priorities, and more meaningful motivations. Teacher may inculcate the value of work, hard work, honest work, and quality work in their students by being more affirming, as inspiring, and appreciative of their students. The good citizenship value of concern for the family and future generations. Evaluates own family life more deeply and specifically look into how its own family cultivates love, understanding, and mutual respect, and can also assess and appraise the role in the family. Example as a spouse, parent, or child, and devise ways to be a better family member. For pagkamakatao, the good citizenship value of love, the participants may are encouraged to evaluate the way it regard and express the value of love with the people around them. For example, is the family, elders, colleagues, friends, ordinary people, and etc. In their own respective capacities, encourage participants to perform little acts of love like being more concerned and available to parent to their children, being a more understanding and charitable sibling, being a more responsible and caring child, being a sincere and trustworthy colleague, and by being a good example of generosity, genuine concern, compassion, and integrity to their fellow men. The good citizenship value of freedom. Participants may be encouraged to be responsible for their freedom. Thus, they should learn to develop a more mature notion of freedom. That is, that real freedom is one that does not allow itself to use by further one's vested interests or impede others from practicing their own freedom. Instead, every person should perceive freedom as one that allows him to act responsibly, conscientiously, and charitably so that through it he may grow to be a better citizen and person for others. The good citizenship value of peace. Reflect on how to cultivate the value of peace in the families, work and dealings as well as in the manner by which it tackles the issue that affects them. May also be inspired to take more conscious effort to highlight the value of peace in their lives by establishing order in their affairs, having the will to stick by it amidst challenges of resorting that is convenient, though contrary to the value of peace. Review and stand on certain issues that deal with peace. These issues may well demonstrate their own appreciation and consistency in the practice and living of values. The good citizenship value of truth. For the teachers, creating an honor system of conducting classroom instruction, for example, is the quizzes, projects, research, etc., giving high regard and appropriate recognition for the students' efforts to be honest or truthful. For the students, preparing well for school in terms of accomplishing assignments and requirements, never consider cheating as an option, enthusiastically and sincerely performing one's task and role as a student guided by a sound and prudent set of priorities. The good citizenship value of justice. Participants may put the value of justice into action in their lives by nurturing an attitude of vigilance and understanding of situations that tend to undermine justice in their relationship in the community. They may develop a renewed consciousness of being mindful of the right and dignity of others and maintain a high level of respect for every individual. Next is for the pagkamakabayan. The good citizenship value of unity. First is be united with nation. Listen and read the news. Make a united stand with the rest of the country, especially with regard issues that affect the rights of our people, protection of justice, and the fight against the various social ills that beset our country. Next is be united with your people. Know your plight. Know what impedes their progress and happiness. In your own ways, give them hope and make them understand that you are there for them in any way you can as responsible and loving countrymen. Next is be united with your local community. Have a more active and dynamic involvement in your community. Be a faithful advocate and good values and civic duty. Be united with your organization by being a competent worker who constantly aims for excellence, and be a dynamic and productive worker and share the success of your organization. Lastly, be united with your family. Be a loving and faithful family member. Look upon your responsibilities with hope and enthusiasm. Look after your family and ensure that it is strengthened only by the right and good values. The good citizenship value of equality. Learn to judge every person based on his or her uniqueness and giftedness. Know that no one is perfect, but that each one has a capacity to feel and the ability to love. Be patient with people and be able to appreciate the beauty in each one. If you live by this principle, you are bound to experience the joys of true friendship and harmony with people around you. Encourage others to live out the value of equality by being a good and consistent example to them. Teach them to be fair and equitable in their judgment and decisions and actions. The good citizenship value of respect for law and government. Develop a conscious habit of abiding by rules and regulations, starting with those in school and your home. Seek to understand the laws and rules of the government as well as your own role as a citizen more carefully. Be a good example of your friends and family by being a law-abiding and by respecting the word of the government. The good citizenship value of patriotism. Love your country. Be vigilant and ready to defend it from internal and external threats. Patronize your country and her works in the throne of globalization. Do not disregard your country's products and good works. Be proud of what your country produces and support this in the midst of formidable foreign commercial competition. Uphold and live good values so that you may serve as an inspiration to your fellow men to strive and to become good citizens themselves. Be proud of your personal and national identity. Be proud of your heritage. Learn and understand your history. Lastly, be true to yourself and faithful to your family and country. The good citizenship values of promotion of the common good. Learn to think beyond yourself. In the conduct of your decisions and actions, consider the effects of your family members, friends and classmates, teachers, and the people around you. Learn to reach out to the many people who are not as fortunate as you are. Develop compassion and concern towards them. Be inspired to move into action by helping them in any way you can through simple acts of charity, kindness, sincere and understanding. Actively participate in immersion, outreach and social exposure activities so that you may be informed of the plight of the people around you and so that you can initiate actions that may benefit them. Pagka-makakalikasan, the good citizenship value of concern for the environment. Develop a more conscious and consistent habit of keeping your surroundings clean as well as using environment resources such as water and electricity wisely and prudently, and have a deeper understanding of a dire state of environment and in your own capacity contribute to the work of preserving it.